like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this.
That a rapper from Migos died, I just wanted to go ahead and make a video about something I have a unique experience in. So I directed a bunch of rappers, people like Gucci Mane, Snoop Dogg, Lil Yachty, the list goes on and on and on, okay? I learned a lot of things, and I have left the industry largely over my political beliefs, but there is something I want to impart to people to hopefully, make some sort of change happen. So I have a challenge to rappers, and I know some of you still follow me. I know a bunch of the celebrity blogs still follow me from trying to get news from music videos and things like that. So here's the truth. The truth is this: a bunch of young black male rappers keep dying. You know who's not dying? Record executives. The record executives that push for them to continue to make songs and create a culture that is obsessed with death, drugs, and sex. Period. The industry is obsessed with it, but those record executives, they're not dying because they don't push this culture on their own people, but they're encouraging you to push it on yours, and they're paying you handsomely to do it. The reality is, I know a lot of you. A lot of you are good people. You're family guys. You're not the image that you put out there to the world. Why? Why don't you be the example? Stand up. I challenge you. Be the example. Make music about the culture you want to see. Don't just get online today and talk about how, whenever a rapper makes it, his own people take him down. Don't just make those videos. Don't be sad. Don't rest in peace. None of that stuff. Be the change you want to see. Inspire it in your community. Reach out to other rappers and say, we have to stop. We're being used. You've been used for a long time. They create this paradigm to make you believe that you're so important and your celebrity status is worth so much, but in truth, you're a pawn in their game and you always have been. The government has wanted to hold down communities of people in different ways through different methods for a very long time.
Facts.
Their method in the black community has been to use entertainment to create a culture obsessed with death, drugs, sex, and money.
Facts.
So that they could create a false paradigm of what happiness and what success really was.
Facts.
And in doing so, they created a world that also made people more dependent on government.
Facts.
And as a result, gave themselves more power.
Spitting,
the record executives that push you to do this, to go and continue to profit off the backs of your work, they're in cahoots with the elite. They're in cahoots with the government. They want you to think you're important, but in truth, you're just doing their dirty work for them. So
pawn,
stop.
dog.
They've empowered you in ways that are real. You have an audience. You have platforms. You have the ability to make change. So go against the grain together. They're more afraid of you all together standing up and creating a new culture that's built around family, faith, freedom, doing the right thing, valuing life, than they are of anything else. So I challenge you, use your power to do the right things. If you continue to do the same thing you've done, more rappers like this are going to die. How many have to die before you change the culture? And let me tell you something else. There's a reason the record labels pay us more to do rap videos. They don't tell you that, do they? Do they tell you that they pay us more to do your videos? Because they do. They do it because they know it's more dangerous. They do it because they know it's more difficult. And they do it because, frankly, there's a lot of money laundering involved. Those labels wash a bunch of money through. We don't do it, but we know the labels are doing it 100%. Okay, they're then taking the money off the top end, and you see on your royalty check, oh, they spent $150,000 on this video. Did they? Because we didn't see $150,000. Okay, so where did the money go? And to who? Their friend's company? A lot of times that's the case. Same thing with insurance companies. They charge us more to insure your videos. And it's because they know the culture that's been created. They know that the only possibility of a music video being shot up is on a rap video. And that's the truth. So change the culture. You have the power. Your people deserve it. Hey guys,
Bruh, hey, that everybody and their mama need to see that shit, dog. Everybody and their mama need to see that shit, bro. That's firsthand experience of what the fuck is going on, dog. I can sit here and talk about this shit all goddamn day about how I feel about it or whatever, but I don't got the ends and the know of somebody like him who knows what the fuck is going on firsthand, sees both sides of this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's only gonna connect with the motherfuckers that's ready to hear some shit like that, bro. Because most motherfuckers are on some if it ain't broke, don't fix it type shit. You know what I'm saying? Willing to goddamn take the risk and put their neck on the line to get a check. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, you are telling these fools to change religions. That's how fucking conditioned and brainwashed and empowered they are by living this fucking culture, bro. That's a monster to fucking kill down. That's a monster to bring down. Despite all the evidence that we all have seeing the damage this is doing to the world, to the culture, to the hip-hop community, to black men and affiliated to the hip-hop community, bro. You know what I'm saying? We are empowered to fucking self-destruct and been blinded to think that's the right way to go about things, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying anything new that y'all ain't heard yet, bro. But I know what's gonna happen. Take off, it's gonna be another motherfucking death. You're gonna forget about it, go right back into how we was until somebody else fucking die. The whole world gonna be fucking sad and go right back into it until these motherfuckers out here step up. But it's gonna be. I don't want to be pessimistic about it. I'm just being a realist, dog. For one thing, I don't think these motherfuckers out here got the balls to do what you're saying, because most motherfuckers are sheep. They slave to that check. They're slave to their position that they in. They don't have no real power. If the ones that sign to these record labels, they gonna do what the fucking record labels tell them to do. Or the record labels ain't cutting that fucking check. Especially these new artists and shit. Hey, do what I fucking tell you to do, right? That's how that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta fight that. But then to tell these artists, you know what I'm saying, who supposedly are all fucking sad that rappers are dying and the culture's fucked up, to tell these artists to shift gears and the message that they delivered in they fucking message is not as sexy no more. It's not as digested no more. Like, that's the shit that it's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up, dog. Like, you go up here and tell young boy to write about some positive shit, right? Change the message, like empower the black community, right? How would that message be received? And is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is it gonna be received? Is that worth young boy doing that shit to his career? To talk about the positive shit compared to, you know, the traction and shit he gets from talking about his hood shit, right? It's gonna take one strong ass motherfucker who does not care about the check, who really cares about his people, to do that. You're gonna need Nipsey Hussle out here doing some shit like that, who don't give a fuck, or some Kanye out here who don't. That motherfucker made his whole album on some religious type of shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? It would take all these fucking artists to get on the same page about the message they're gonna deliver, to fucking change the narrative in the culture that is killing everybody. That's what it's gonna take. Because real shit, they control the narrative and the information that is being consumed by the listeners and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, like the record labels are pretty much pimping these rappers to deliver shit that's gonna harm the culture, harm the community, while they get paid, you know, on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Like these record labels I did a video about that shit with Crazy Bone. These record labels they in cahoots with the wardens of the prison and shit, bro, because they get paid off of rappers putting motherfuckers in jail. You know what I'm saying? To keep that shit going. How much money does the prison system make? Billions from putting motherfuckers in jail for listening to rap music and then killing, and bruh. Now all it does is make the black community less competitive because we dumbed down by this fucking fake ass culture that they got going on. We empowered by that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? That's how this shit should make listeners feel real shit. Stop listening to this shit. Stop listening to this shit. Stop being empowered by the shit. Stop letting that shit influence you, bro. Because when you listen to this gang, shoot 'em up, fuck your bitch, drug dealing, all this shit, all you doing is being poisoned and you add to the fucking problem. Stop giving these motherfuckers streams. You know what I'm saying? Stop listening to this shit. And then force these motherfuckers to change the message they putting in these fucking songs. Force the record labels back against the wall to actually promote the shit we need to hear to make the world better for every fucking body, dog. That video was fucking hard, bro. That shit got to me. That shit got to me, bro. It ain't gonna move. Not as long as we got these fucking platforms making it more difficult for messages like this to fucking spread. But I'm gonna do my part, dog. I'm gonna do my fucking part. This is going on both goddamn channels, man. Stop listening to this shit that's fucking your head up, dog. And when you hear the likes of me criticizing music like that, I'm not a fucking hater. I want better for the fucking community. I would never glorify that shit on my shit ever. You know what I'm saying? I used to do that. I used to, y'all. I'm pretty sure I have in the past. You know what I'm saying? But no, fuck that. We're not doing that shit no more, bro. I don't listen to none of that shit, dog. Because all it does is fuck us up, make us look stupid. We the only goddamn people, the only genre of music, only our culture is sitting here fucking us up, and we're empowered to do so. We're empowered to self-destruct, like the fucking feminist movement, bro. Women out here empowered to self-destruct. This culture of black folk, I'm not gonna put all black folk in here. It's the culture. The culture these type of black folk are empowered to self-destruct while they putting money in everybody's fucking pockets. That was some real shit, dog. Appreciate you for sending me this fucking video, bro. That shit was tough.
Anybody who's running for office, right, left, or center, always points out where they think America can do better, where they think America needs to go. But there's a fundamental distinction between people who think that we need to lean into and strengthen America's core values, whether it be our constitutional values, the rule of law, the principles of Western civilization, or people who think that we basically need to turn America into Venezuela.
Former Trump advisor Stephen Miller is one of the most dangerous members of the conservative movement.
Wait a minute. The fact of the matter is that people can have a legitimate difference of opinion about policies, whether we want to go one way, we want to go another. Under the Constitution that you so believe in, and I believe in, the First Amendment allows everybody to say it. We're not talking about constitutional rights. The president said that President Obama has been the most ignorant president in our history. When asked about Putin, he said, there are a lot of killers. You think our country's so innocent? That isn't, his view. That's being sharply critical of the United States.
However, when journalists actually do their job, it's easy to see how illogical Miller is.
When did racism against white people become okay? Joe Biden put white people last in line for COVID relief funds. Kamala Harris said disaster aid should go to non-white citizens first. Liberal politicians block access to medicine based on skin color. Progressive corporations, airlines, universities all openly discriminate against white Americans. Racism is always wrong. The left's anti-white bigotry must stop. We are all entitled to equal treatment under law. America First Legal paid for this ad.
America First Legal. Who runs this organization?
Joining me now, Stephen Miller, former Trump senior advisor, founder of America First Legal.
Proud white supremacist Stephen Miller, of course.
20, updated October 2015. While Miller still worked for then-Senator Jeff Sessions, he touts what he saw as the dangers of allowing hurricane victims from Mexico to come to the U.S. They will all get TPS, he writes. That's temporary protection status. He goes on to write, that needs to be the weekend's big story. TPS is everything. Then he sends then Breitbart staffer Katie McHugh an article from prominent white nationalist website VDare of the dangers of TPS. In 2018, well after Miller joined Trump's inner circle, the president ended the TPS status for several countries, including in Central America and Africa.
It is a known fact Miller aligns with white supremacists through his own emails. Thus,
I have not been interested in having public notoriety. I've been interested in having my private life and taking care of those things which are important to me. But as I say, I felt it was incumbent upon me to raise my voice, to let people know that this is a country of immigrants, and our family were immigrants. In fact, we were refugees. If my ancestors had not immigrated to the United States when they did, if they'd waited a few more years till 1924, the door would have been shut. My parents would have gone up the crematoria chimney. I wouldn't have been born, my sister wouldn't have been born, and certainly Stephen would never have existed.
But writing this so publicly criticizing your nephew, is everyone in your family on board on this?
We have a huge family. I wouldn't offer to speak for my entire family, but dozens of family members have encouraged me to push forward with this.
You don't expect to change Stephen's mind with this, do you?
No, it appears that he's made his entire political and personal career on this single issue, for reasons that I don't really know.
his own family even went to great lengths to speak out against him.
The simple reality is that we no longer are in control of the central apparatus in Afghanistan to be able to vet anybody. The Taliban has all of the control of the government now. So the notion that people could just show up at a checkpoint and demand resettlement into the United States and we could have any idea about their background, their belief system, where they come from, and now that the U.S.-backed government has fallen, it's just an impossibility.
This is brain-dead ramblings from Miller. On the contrary,
as far as I'm concerned, he personally is as complicit as the Taliban in these people's deaths. He should be held accountable for war crimes. He spent the entirety of the Trump administration purposely trying to prevent these people from coming here. I've had meetings with him and his ilk. I brought the interpreter who saved my life to some of those meetings. We met with a lady by the name of Andrea Loving. She's the deputy counsel for the House Judiciary Committee for the GOP. Janice and I were sitting in a meeting with her. She is Stephen's counterpart at the time in Congress. And we were debating about whether or not Congress should allocate more visas for these people. She then articulated what his platform was. I pointed to Janice and I said, this is a gentleman who saved my life. Maybe you've just never had a chance to meet an Afghan. And so it helped to put a face to these people's names. And they looked at me and they said, you're doing nothing but letting Islamic fundamentalist terrorists into our country, and it's our job to stop you. Wrong. These are our people. There is no us and them. There's just an us. And you know what? Stephen Miller never wore a uniform a day in his life. He's a privileged little brat.
Afghan war veteran Matt Zeller crushes Miller's rhetoric and even calls him a war criminal.
In the toxic environment that you've created here in CNN and cable news, which is a real crisis of legitimacy for your network, and we saw it, of course, with the extremely fake news you reported about the Don Jr. and WikiLeaks story. There was a huge embarrassment for your network.
Stephen.
Just like the huge embarrassment you had when you got the Comey testimony wrong.
Stephen, I'm trying to get to the issue of the president's fitness, which a lot of people are questioning.
I'm getting to the issue of your fitness, but the president's tweets absolutely reaffirmed the plain-spoken truth. A self-made billionaire revolutionized reality TV and tapped into something magical that's happening in the hearts of this country. The people that you don't...
The president has approval rating in the 30s. I don't know what magical you're talking about.
The people that you don't connect with and understand, the people whose manufacturing jobs have left, who've been besieged by high-crime communities, and who've been affected by a policy of uncontrolled immigration, those voices, those experiences don't get covered on this network. That's why, to prove the point, I was booked to talk about the very issues I'm just describing, and you're not even asking about them because they're not interesting facts to you.
That's not true. I have plenty of questions on immigration. You've attempted to filibuster by talking about your flights with the president. I want to ask you a question because
don't be condescending, Jake.
Stephen, the president and the White House.
The reason why I want to talk about
the president and the White House.
The reason why I want to talk about the president's experiences, what I've seen with him traveling to meet dozens of foreign leaders, with his incredible work.
Okay, you're not answering the questions.
No,
I understand.
You have 24 hours a day of anti-Trump material, you're not going to give 3 minutes for the American people to hear.
A painful watch, which ends in this fashion.
I get it.
The real experience of Donald Trump.
There's one viewer that you care about right now, and you're being obsequious. You're being a factotum in order to please him, okay?
No.
And I think I've wasted enough of my viewers' time. Thank you, Stephen. As Republicans, lawmakers call for Attorney General Jeff Sessions to resign. In a major reversal, Democrats are now coming to his defense.
Tapper realizes Miller is just filibustering his way to please Donald Trump and brings the interview to its rightful conclusion. Thing is, this is who Miller has been all along.
Am I the only one who is sick and tired of being told to pick up my trash when we have plenty of janitors who are paid to do it for us?
And there are the roots of this administration's terrorism of immigrants.
A bunch of kids from that high school remembered how he got booed instantly for giving that speech. It was for some student office. Nobody seems to be that clear about it, but apparently it was a known thing to a bunch of people. They started tweeting about it last February.
Right, and his demented little mind is that's going to be like an applause line. When even like normal self-absorbed high school students are like, you're not supposed to just be the janitors, you weird slob.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYT Sports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.
Yeah, okay. How y'all doing?
Hey.
We got 2 videos to talk about. That was short. We got to go to a commercial, and by that time, Robert will be back, and we'll be not a commercial, a break. We're going to a break. So we'll be right back in 1 minute.
Okay.
I'm on break.
Need your garments cleaned with care and with a professional touch? Then bring them to One Price Cleaners in Garden City at the Old Farmers Market on Highway 80. Service you can count on.
All right. Got our one message in for now.
What's up, Dr. Bryant?
I'm Robert. Come on now, Cozy. But I appreciate you.
He's just Robert.
That's me.
Crazy Robert.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Tonight. Tomorrow he might be Jesse Jackson.
Oh, shit.
No telling. Okay. Y'all saw the 2 videos. You know, the first one was on rap music and how it's a detriment to our country. To our community. And the second one was Stephen Miller and how the radical right is a detriment to our existence.
Mm-hmm.
We can discuss both of them if y'all want. With rap music, I've been saying it for a while. We're the only people on the earth that allows a certain segment of our people to talk about us in such a degrading way and talk about killing each other and raping women and calling us all type of derogatory names and calling us names that we don't let other people call us, and they still get away with it. And there's a group of people that's behind all this. They figure that it's okay to kill us off. It's a plan, and it's been a plan for a long time to get rid of us, and we're complicit in all of that. You know, nobody is looking at the fact that it's some powerful people. All they care about is the money. They don't care about nothing else except the money. I mean, it's some clean rap. You know, LL Cool J them and all them one rapping like that back in the day. Now you got gangster rap with some killer stuff, and the kids are emulating that. And these rappers are sending their kids to private schools and sending ours to prisons and morgues. You know, and it don't make no sense. And you know, and that's our first subject is the rap music. And y'all tell me how y'all feel about it.
Well, and I was telling my good friend here, I was going to give y'all more of an intellectual person than that, because these topics are very important, and we have fun and we act the fool, and it's the real deal. And Cozy, tell me what you think of this. Kids don't react to rap music. Kids react to what they know. And what I mean by that is we don't pass down our history. And so if all I see is a woman twerking, if all I see is a bunch of people around me using drugs, if all I see is it's cool to get pregnant or it's acceptable to be pregnant by the time I'm 15, that's what I become. If I know my history, if I know I'm from royalty, if I understand that I come from kings and queens, if I understand that my people built the country and invented everything I see around me, that's a different mindset. We've got to start telling our story. How did I get a doctorate degree? This is one of the few times I'll talk about it. I am a researcher by trade. I'm a qualitative researcher, which means I love people's stories. We don't tell our story well enough. Think about this, Cozy. All we know coming through K-12 is what Dr. King and what Malcolm said. But we don't know about the WW laws of Savannah, the William Bryant's, my father's Savannah, the black men who knew how to do carpentry, but also was good at math, but also went to work and took care of their husband, their families, their wives, and their children. They don't know that story. But what they do know is what Viacom and the others put out. So you can't expect, Jamal Trey says this all the time, mosquito's not going to teach an elephant to be an elephant. No. Mosquito's going to teach an elephant to be a mosquito. So why are we expecting Viacom and white executives to tell our people who they are when we already know, but we don't pass it down? So what am I saying tonight? I'm calling on all parents and members of the village. We get to change our story. We get to tell our story. We know it. Why let somebody don't look like us tell us about us? It's one of the reasons why, Cozy, I tell people all the time, parents in particular, don't let these white teachers tell you about your students, because our black children are the smartest ones in the classroom. The reason why they're getting in trouble is because they're smart enough to finish the work in time and go what I'm going to do when I'm bored. Talk to other people. We got to start telling our story, and we got to start doing it now. We got to take accountability for that as a village.
Mm-hmm. So you said we know it. Do we really know our story? I guarantee you, if I stand on the corner of Bay and where's the street? City Hall. What is that?
I know what you're talking about, but I can't. I want to say Bull. Abercorn. I know what you mean. That cross street.
Okay. Yeah, that big street. If I were to stand on that corner with the blowhorn in a video and ask 10 black people to come over to me and say, what can we tell our young people about our history before the slave trade? Guarantee you many of them can, because a lot of people believe that black history starts with slavery, and it does not. Slavery interrupted our history. Mm-hmm. So if they can't go back to Kemet or Egypt or Kush.
So that's why we have these. This is one of the things I want us to do tonight. We identify a concern, because they're not a problem, but we want to offer a solution, right? So a solution to that for me would be, we've got to use this network as an opportunity, like we're doing tonight, to share that conversation, to show people why it's important to share that conversation. Mm-hmm. You're exactly right. We go with what we know, because we don't. This is what makes me so angry with black folks that support Republicans. Mm-hmm. Y'all will sit here, and I'm going to be very direct tonight. Y'all will sit here and white folk tell you what not to put in the classroom. These folk done put us in a box sense of existence. It's so ironic that rap music, a piece of entertainment, has been used as a tool to corrupt our minds as poison, right? When we were brought here for entertainment and work in the first damn place. Mm-hmm. Rambo, blackface, entertainment and work. That's all we're good for. And the reason why now, Julie, she's talking about they're attacking us, then it's not that they don't want us here. Y'all done got out your place. Your place is work and entertainment. So when you ain't doing that, it's so funny. Last night we was in here watching the movie Get Out. I want y'all to go watch that movie.
I saw it. And
I don't have use for you Negroes, and I want to say the N-word, but I won't. If I don't have use for you, why are you here? Never mind, we stole the land from the Native Americans. Never mind that. But if I don't have use for you, if you ain't inventing nothing, if you ain't out there plowing my field, what you doing here?
Well, you use the word tool. Entertainment is used as a tool. I disagree. It's used as a weapon. Just like religion is used as a weapon. It was weaponized upon us. If kids fight in school, before it was you go to the principal's office, they write you up, you either get suspended or whatever. Now the police are involved. So now they weaponize that because you now have a record. You feel me? So little things like that, again, are used to weaponize our young people. I could go on and on and on. I don't want to be Mr. Brown tonight, so I'll be cool. I'll yield back to you or Julius.
But so what I want us to do, and we've got to be very intentional about the conversation too.
Yes.
And Julius is always talking about the past. I think we've got to get back to not just the churches, but the churches, the neighborhood associations, grandma. We've got to do a collective work at reinstitutionalizing Black information and Black knowledge. We've got to, because it's not cool anymore. It's cool to assimilate. It's cool to be kumbaya when we got 2 Black people running for president, but then we forget tomorrow that this lady with 2 kids and trying to make it work gonna get put out of her apartment. See, we it's cool when it's sexy. When it's not sexy, we tend to forget about stuff and things go on. So we got to be direct. How do we fix this stuff? Because this is nonsense and carelessness, honestly.
You said reinstitutionalize, right? I'd like to say we need to go back to the kitchen table, make it very simple. I remember when my parents would have company over, my father would have his customers, my mom would have her friends, and they'd sit, they wouldn't necessarily strategize, but they talked about things going on in the church and at the PTA and the Girl Scouts or whatever they were involved in. I wasn't necessarily listening, but I can remember how serious they were and how invested they were in the kids in the neighborhood and so on and so forth. I think we need to go back to that. We have the internet at our fingertips. We have all of these beautiful tools to use, but yet we fight over religion, politics. Again, I've said this probably every show. We fight over things that we have no control over. We fight over institutions that don't belong to us. Also, I wanted to go back to where you said these things are set up to eliminate us. That goes back to the eugenics program. I guarantee you, if I go back to that corner and say, excuse me, Mr. or Mrs. Black person, do you know what the eugenics program is all about? Do you know who founded Planned Parenthood, which is also a weapon used in our neighborhood, right? You don't see them in other neighborhoods, Julius. And I'm going to ask you directly, do you know what Planned Parenthood was called before they changed it to Planned Parenthood?
No, what was it?
It was called the Negro Project.
I saw
the Negro Project, it was called. And it's birthed out of the eugenics program, which that fella over there in Germany that was putting those people in, those things that stopped their heartbeats.
Well, that's something for your show when you started. That's something that you could tell us about for your show. We're not gonna get too deep into that. But that's something that you could bring into the history of your, when you do Mondays. This is what I think. Then you can tell the people what you think. We go stick.
I was trying to make it make sense, but okay, let me put my mute button on.
It makes sense. It makes sense, but you're going way off.
So, but no, I get what. Yeah, we get what. I get what you're saying. You set the framework up, but Julius, and here's the thing. I'm gonna get this. Is the thing we talk a lot about mentoring, right? And Julius mentors young people in his community. what happened to mentoring where you would go respect one, you have to respect the elders, but go sit on that porch like Grover Thornton is a great example. We could sit around listening to Grover act the fool all day, but he's teaching us stuff. Grover,
right?
And then you're teaching Eden, and Eden. I'm hoping that we can become a different type of community. Well, I mean, how do we get to that though? Is a conversation.
And we are doing what we're supposed to do, and that's what I try to explain to everybody. We can't go off on the deep end. We have to make whatever we're doing relevant to what we are doing and what our mission is. That's why I told you about tell that to us on your show. You know, on what we're doing is we have a range of different perspectives. We have a range of different intellects. We have a whole lot of people with something to say. And we're saying it to our community. You name me somebody else who's doing that. We're doing it every day here. This is where everybody needs to be tuned in at. But you know what they're tuned into? Mainstream white media. And we can't get them off of that until we really do what we're supposed to do ourselves. You know, not us, but I'm talking about the community do what it's supposed to do.
Right.
You know, as a whole, ourselves. And when, you know, because there's unity in our power. If we take the time and you train you mentor 5 or 6 of these kids who you know are at risk, then you're making a difference. You're impactful. You're making a difference in your community. And until we do those things, we can't change our current conditions. We're in a sunken pit. And and the only way to pull ourselves out that pit is to understand that we need each other, to understand that we need to love each other, you know, and to understand that we need to elevate each other. And until we do that, we talk about people on this platform. We talk about people, and we'll be talking about some tonight, you know, that are detrimental to our community. See, we follow blindly. We want to follow the celebrity. We want to, and then when we go to talking about these people, they think that we're jealous of them.
Right.
Ain't none of them got nothing I want.
Nope.
They ain't no have chick or child.
Y'all gonna stop saying that about that man.
So I
didn't say anything. I don't know, Vance.
Don't think I'm jealous of him. I'm not jealous. I do what I do because
that man got Tesla. Y'all mad.
I do what I do because I love my community. That's what I do. I don't do this for no other reason. I could quit today and I'm all right. But it's not about me.
Right.
It's about my 2 grandkids downstairs, my 3 grandkids that are downstairs.
They letting you work.
One that's in college at Georgia Southern. You know, it's about them. It ain't about me. You know, so that's who I do it for. Well, every day I wake up, I work for them. Ain't nothing I do for me. So people need to just get that out of their head. Oh, you jealous? I ain't jealous of a damn. So ain't nobody doing what I'm doing. You know, I let my record speak for itself, and I ain't talking about my prison record.
you know what?
Well, that speaks for you too. It's all a part of our resume.
Yeah. So let's get on the subject number 2, and that was the idiot Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller and that group. And if y'all looked at that, that is a dangerous group. And when
America First Legal?
Huh?
America First Legal? Is that what it's called?
Whatever the name of that group is that he's the head of. But you're still talking about Project 2025. Project 2025 is a detriment to our community. And when you have somebody with ultimate power that can be in places that can just, with the stroke of a pen, change things, and when you have a Supreme Court that is out of line with the world, with a Negro on it that doesn't understand who he is, then or where he came from, the slums of Savannah, then he is that house Negro that is doing everything that they used to do back in the day to hold all of us back. So when you got that, and you got a person with unchecked power, he do what he want to do. People around here telling me they voting for Trump. What the hell are you voting for Trump for? You know, yeah, I can understand you have problems with Kamala Harris. I understand that. But when you're talking about you're voting for this man because of what? Tell what you're voting for him for. You know, what is he going to do that's so much better than you? At least you got time to try to change things with the Democrats. But when you go with the Republicans, they feel like, well, you wanted it, y'all wanted this here, and then my people wanted it to do it to you. So y'all helping us, and you think they're gonna remember Clarence? Clarence becomes a part of what they gonna get rid of. Also, he might be protected by Trump, you know, when they get ready to put all us on the boat. But that's about it. You know,
they can't afford to get rid of us.
Look at the reality of all of it.
They cannot afford to get rid of us, or they would have already. They can't afford to get rid of us.
They don't give a damn about
who's going to keep Rent-A-Center open.
It don't matter. They'll keep it. They'll well, if they don't get rid of you, they'll make you a slave again. So you want to be that? Okay. They're going to get rid of you. They're going to make you a slave again. So what's the difference? So you might as well go.
Might as well go? Go where?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Go wherever they're trying to send you. Well, you going to stay here and fight and die?
Some would. Just like some of the slaves that jumped off the ship. They had more pride in themselves.
Listen, when they got everything that's up against you, trying to get rid of you, and either you're going to stay, fight, and be unalive, or are you going to go? Because you didn't do what you needed to do to join with the people who was trying to help you, because you thought it was too much of an inconvenience for you to do what you thought, what you should do to make sure that everything is okay. You want to be radical at the time. It ain't the time to be radical. The time to be radical is when it's not an election.
Being radical could mean
every 4 years, y'all come up and I be hearing the most radical people in the world. But when it's not an election time, I don't hear a peep out of y'all. Be radical all the time for 4 years. Go hard every day in the paint. Don't go.
You know what's so funny?
Election time, trying to influence somebody to do something that's detriment to their community.
What's funny? I just posted on Facebook talking about radical. Cozy, I don't know if you've been in Savannah lately, but millage rates are price people out of the rent and
what rates?
Taxes. The millage rate, because the millage rate has not been favorable. Property taxes and rent have increased in Savannah, right? Yeah, it has put people on out. And
since I've been here,
talking about radical, I said, how many people are going to be outside that rally tomorrow protesting the millage rate? And what else did I put? The millage rate and affordable housing tomorrow. How many of y'all gonna be out there holding signs when Kamala pull up, since y'all mayor going to pick him up? But see, y'all aside with that while your relatives getting put out, but y'all go ahead. Y'all been doing it for years.
That's a nationwide issue, though. That's a nationwide issue.
It's a Savannah issue. When you got folk that look like us that dominate that damn city hall, and they don't do nothing but sit down and let these white folk take over, that ain't no national issue. That's a Savannah issue.
Well, this ain't the thing. Ain't rather whether they let
I don't disagree
take over. The thing is, they're letting the rich take over. Let's put it in the right perspective. Well, we got rich blacks that's doing the same thing. Yeah, I agree. But we shouldn't even be talking about letting rich whites take over. Well, we're talking about they're letting the wrong people do certain things to our community, and it's a detriment to our community. That's our fault. We got to stop. Hold on. All right. We got to stop talking about what they're doing to us and stand the hell up.
I agree.
If we don't join together, what the three of us doing besides talking our ass off right now? No. What monies have we put together to try to do something?
We got to do it.
We're telling people what they need to do, but what have we done? Have y'all gotten and say, hey, Jews, let's get this going. Hey, let's make this show this happen. Us talking and telling them how we feel and how to change things ain't doing a damn thing. It's got to take some action. Right. Not just words. It takes action.
And besides this show, what other action do you think we can start doing tomorrow to affect
pooling
change?
Our monies, pooling our resources, pooling everything that we can, having think tanks so we can figure out other ways that we can cooperate together. Unity is all we have.
They're afraid of our
on this earth is unified except us. That's why we're behind. But we keep running our damn mouth talking about what we want to do. But when I tell you, let's do it, nobody's wanting to do it.
Well, I got one Cozy, I'm working on right now behind the scenes, starting a political action committee. We're gonna get people out of office. I don't even know if I ever run again.
Robert.
No, but I guarantee you I know how to get people out of
office. Robert.
Politics ain't the way.
Robert, what do you think this is? What do you think this is right here?
Right.
That you are the damn secretary of.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you talking about? You ain't got nothing that behind the scenes is right here.
Yeah.
You're the secretary of this group. This is the pack.
Right.
Okay, you got it. It's right here.
Right.
Okay, you ain't got to do nothing behind the scenes. It's right here in their face.
There you go.
It started. You the secretary of that group. You know, we're doing what we're supposed to do.
Right.
But we can't sit back and think that it's just gonna happen because we put it together. We got to have action. We got to do things.
Yeah.
What's up, Rufus? That's Councilman Bright, one of our fighters, one of our freedom fighters, one who gets in the trenches and does the work every day.
But Julius, you said something a minute ago, and Coles, I will say he's right. A lot of times, most of the time, when somebody comes up with an idea, somebody, well, we can't do that. Why is it we can do that? Why do people shy back? Because I know you like, I don't know about that a minute ago.
Well, number one, and again, I think I've said this every show. Just because I, Cozy, am not voting for Kamala doesn't mean I'm for Trump. Just because I'm pro-black doesn't mean I'm anti-white. It doesn't always mean the 180 degree of things.
Right.
Okay. And you cannot convince me. I feel like people like myself who have three choices on the morning of November 8th, that is sit on the couch, vote Republican, or vote Democrat. We know independent, all the rest of that doesn't matter.
Right.
Those are our three choices that morning, right?
Well,
so,
we hope you
hold on.
Hope if you vote other than for Kamala Harris, then I hope you do go vote on November the 8th. Then, all right.
So when we wake up that morning and we have those three choices,
you won't have a choice on November the 8th, baby.
You're gonna let me talk.
Yeah, but you won't have a choice on November the 8th.
Why not?
Because that's the wrong date.
Yeah.
Shit.
If you go on November the 8th, they'll be happy that you go.
What's the right date? What's the right date?
Yeah, that's what they want you to be uninformed. You know, they want you to talk all this noise and not know the election date.
November 5. Put on your.
I told you it's November
5.
5th.
Circle November 5.
I told you it's November 5th. But when we have those three choices, I feel like I'm representing my ancestors by saying, listen, I'm not going to squander the blood, sweat, and tears that you fought so hard for me to have this opportunity on the Democrats. We've given them everything, and they've given us almost nothing. I'm not going to reward bad behavior.
Coles, let me follow this for a minute.
I'm sorry.
Give me 10 minutes. Let me follow. Okay, Coles.
No vote is voting for the other
candidates.
That's bullshit.
Follow me. Ignore Rufus, and follow me.
Okay.
Why do you feel that way?
Why do I feel like I shouldn't squander my grand?
No, I didn't ask you. Why do you feel like you need to? I said, why do you feel that way?
Way about what? Can you be specific so I can answer you specifically?
Why do you feel that way? I'm not going to quantize it. I want your raw response. Why do you feel that way?
That they were somebody supposed to
do something. Why do you feel that way?
That they didn't do?
Why do you feel like I feel like the Democrats?
What? I'm not going to quantify it. Answer the question, because I want to hear your raw
I feel that way because I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in the Democrats. I'm disappointed. It would be no different if I told my grandbaby, stop spraying the water.
Okay.
If I told her that.
You asked it. Are you disappointed enough in your next door neighbor who might be a single mom, who only chance is to have that housing bill passed? Are you disappointed enough in the elderly lady who's getting put out of her house right now because there's nothing but Republicans who's coming for our communities? Are you that disappointed? Because we got what I want voters to do. Stop just thinking about what impacts me. Because if we really want to be for real about it, it's not just about us. If we're going to talk about generational wealth, if we're going to talk about community, that vote matters not just for you, but it matters for your grandchild, your child, people to come behind us. And guess what? The ancestors that came before us. What you're saying, but you're when we don't vote, we're taking it's like Jenga.
We don't count.
We're pulling that piece out of the Jenga and just seeing if it's gonna fall.
Hey, but listen, you know the only good thing about what you not voting?
What?
Is because you're not influencing nobody else. That's a good thing about it.
Because you have to, and I need you all to understand.
Yeah, if you weren't here on this particular program, you wouldn't have that a voice to tell somebody else not to.
I tell it. You know, believe me, I do.
But they probably ain't got time. They probably saying, what the hell that crazy woman talking about?
No, they saying, Cozy, you right. Or in other pages, Lori, you right, because they've disrespected us.
But guess what? What if watch this? What if said, you know what? I ain't gonna do no Underground Railroad because they disrespected us. Let them slaves find their own way.
Yeah, you got Underground Railroad. Yo, you setting up at the convention? Are you setting up at the convention to influence people to do something else? Have you started some organization to say, let's get away from this here and let's do this here? No, you can't just run your mouth. You got to put action behind those words.
I'm allowed to run my mouth. I'm allowed to have opinions. Yes, you are. And I'm allowed, hold on. I am allowed to not want to participate in the voting system because I no longer believe it works. I'm allowed that.
So, okay. Julius
I'm allowed that.
Julius and Kamala said, no, hold on.
You know why you allowed that? Because you was an American.
Let me ask you.
And I'm thankful for that.
In Libya, they probably
this ain't Libya.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I can understand your perspective. My question has been, what party meeting have you been to? Republican, Democrat, Libertarian? What county commission meeting have you been? What's it?
You said meeting?
Hold on. What?
No, I want to make sure I hear you.
What? Whether it be Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, have you been to their meetings? Have you been to a city council meeting? Have you been to what have you done to change policy? What have you done to get inside and say, you know, I don't like this. Let me contribute my ways of trying to change it. You can't.
You ready for my answer?
Hold on. I understand people's plight, and I have sometimes the same thing. But I can't say I was on the Democratic Party, not of Georgia, not just of Georgia, but of Chatham County. I can't say throughout Phi Alpha I participated in voter registration. I can't say there's ways I've been in and said, you know what, we got to change this.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to use our voice and step out of complaining and step into constructing.
I'm going to hold my thought until you tell me when you're ready, because I'll finish because I don't want to disrespect you.
No. I want to know.
I haven't been to any of those meetings, and I'm not interested in going to any of those meetings because I do not believe, except maybe in a local level, I do not believe it works anymore. You can vote until your ancestors come back and take you there. But if the Electoral College or whatever other foolishness they come up with, it doesn't matter. They already made their choices in most cases. These people plan out 20, 40, 50, 200 years ahead. It doesn't matter what I don't want to say little people, but we people on the street fighting with each other over Dems and Republicans and none of that shit matters when you're talking about from the governor on up. They've already made their decision. I believe that. I really believe that presidents are not elected. They're not. They are selected. They're selected by the powers that be. And my little vote, again, I'm talking governor on up, my little vote won't change a damn thing. Whether it's Project 25, which Trump says, I don't even know why. I don't even know what that is. I'm not putting that on the Republicans or the Democrats. And I'm not even afraid of it, just like I wasn't afraid of COVID. I don't buy into the voting process at all, from governorship, gubernatorial on up. I just don't believe in it anymore. I don't believe it works. When it did work for us, it was a good thing. But once Black people start getting any kind of momentum, they changed the rules. What did the Electoral College exist all the time? No, it did not. They throw in monkey wrenches to suit their narrative. So from now until I pass away, Cozy is not interested in the voting process. from governor on up. We could talk about it. I'll listen to it. I'll entertain it, but I'm not interested in it. There are other ways that I feel we can penetrate our people sitting right here at our kitchen tables. Like I wrote out this list and I posted it the other day. I call it no bullets. Black people don't need to fight with bullets and arguing, and we don't need to do that. There's certain things we can do and strategize. I'm not going to get into it again because, Julius, that was last week, and you said I could talk about it on my show. I don't even want to get too passionate about it because that's an institution that is not designed for us to free ourselves, to bring us closer to justice, just like religion isn't. Those organized religions, all of those dudes, Russell Tate, this one, they don't look anything like my people. And when they beat that shit into my ancestors' backs, it was not intended for them to win. It was intended for them to stay. You're going to stay Toby, NIG. You're not going to be Kunta Kinte anymore. I'm not fighting with anybody who wants to take up Toby's fight. I'm sticking with Kunta Kinte. And if that means I'm not going to go to the polls on November 5th, well, I don't want to do that. But yeah.
November the 8th for you.
Because November the 8th, 50 years ago, they already decided who's going to be in these roles.
Kamala said you can't come to her party.
Who?
Kamala.
A, B, C, D, E, Kamala. How about that?
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Hey there. Are you ready to amplify your voice and embrace your passion? Tune in to Our Black Media Network, where community comes first and every story matters. We're here 24/7, delivering powerful content on everything from financial literacy to the latest in sports and mental health. We are unapologetically real, reflecting the heartbeat of our community with programs that inspire, empower, and drive change. Join us on all major media platforms to celebrate our unique voices and advocate for the change we want to see. With over 50K monthly viewers, our network is your go-to destination for authentic, engaging content. Be a part of the movement. Be a part of the change. Tune in to Our Black Media Network today and let your voice be heard.
All right. We're going to get into the heart of our program. Our first video, our first topic of discussion. And I know I saw Cozy with some of this the other day. So don't say this wasn't you. I saw you doing it. So here it is.
The reason why Chinese chicken is so weird, it's because it's not chicken, it's rat meat. I'm not even joking. You can look this up and see these Chinese people feeding these massive rats, and I'm talking like 20-pound rats, and it's grinded up into the meat, and they feed it to you for cheap. And so that's why they tried to hide the herbal tablets, because it exposed the dangers of these foods. And if you got your hands on the book, consider yourself lucky.
That's right.
So, Robert, don't go get no more Chinese food.
I'm not for y'all. I'm not going to speak on this. Cozy, you seem to have evidence, and I'm not speaking on that. Go ahead. Okay, I'll let Cozy have this.
You said I have evidence? Evidence of what?
I don't know. I mean, your body language led me to believe that you believed in that video. Let's say that.
I believe in it too.
I ain't got nothing.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you don't believe that in other cultures?
I'm not speaking on that topic. I'm gonna let you speak. That's what I said.
Okay. So, yes, do I believe that it was cut and paste and that he wasn't specifically talking about those rats in the video? No, it was Stitch, as they call it. Yes, I absolutely believe that in other cultures and countries that they do use those animals and toss it off or pass it off as chicken. As a matter of fact, I posted a meme years ago that at one of their stores, right? It said, chicken $5.99, for 2-piece, whatever. And then next to it said real chicken $6.99. Like, come on, you can call anything chicken. But yes, to answer the question, yes, I do believe that they do pass off other animals. And actually, it's just muscle. It's just muscle. It's just muscle. Julius? Whether it's frog, mice, large rats.
I guess a frog would be all right. But you talking about
my dad was
that we despised when we were kids, a rat.
Yeah, in this culture we do. We see them as rodents. Some people have them as pets.
My God, on Zion.
Maybe people who don't look like us.
Well, you know what? People got snakes and reptiles.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Thank you, God.
General Tso chicken with all that breading and that red stuff on it. Come on.
Robert, so you don't think that that's true about the rat?
No, I ain't speaking on that. Let's go to the next topic.
You got to be able to talk on the subject. You can't dodge.
I don't have no research on that one. I didn't research that particular.
Your research is your taste buds.
Yeah, but stop being mad.
Look, Robert, do you be pulling out whiskers when you finish?
No, before you playing. Y'all ever go get the chicken wing and it still got the feather? I think that blows me.
He done ate little Mickey Mouse. He done ate little Mickey, and now he around here.
What about the human meat in a certain restaurant with a big M on it? What about that? Have you heard about that?
Soy meat. Let me tell you something. Fast food ain't nothing but plastic, really. I'll be honest.
It's all lab concocted.
It's for me to eat McDonald's means I'm just hungry and it's free, and that's rare. So
yeah, so
ain't nothing but plastic.
Well, I want y'all now. Here's this is for you again. I know you want this one here. You can't wait for this one here, Cozy.
You right? Oh,
so,
me?
I got a bunch.
I was about to put myself on mute.
A bunch of this is for you, and because I know that it's going to spark that little. But I don't need you to tell people not to vote, because when they don't vote, they don't count.
No, I don't need anybody to listen to me. I just need them to respect how I feel.
Correct. Right.
I don't need you. I could give a damn what you believe or do.
Oh, yeah, we
just respect how I feel.
Yeah, my bedroom, man. Yeah, my bedroom.
Exactly. Little old me.
I just don't want you influencing nobody else. Let's listen to this one.
What about the black history? We don't need no black history. Stop looking back. We need some black future. We know all the black history in the world. What more black history can we learn to make us better? We need to cancel black history. Stop talking about it. Let's talk about the future. What's coming, y'all? Who know how to grow food? Who can fly a drone? Why are we steady worried about history? What will history do for us at this point in life? Learn it. We still don't know economics. We still don't know nothing about a FICO score. Why are we studying history if we ain't going to look back to see how they grow food? How they used to work on the tractors? Why do we need to study history when we don't even know half our grandparents? We don't know our fathers. So why I need to know about black history and I don't even know my family history? My family history is how I break the curse, not black history.
That's almost about to make me believe in Jesus again. Woo!
I need you alone. I'm gonna pray over you. Y'all got holy water.
See, I knew that one. When I saw that, I said, "Oh, this was Cozy here." But listen, without knowing your history, you don't know where you can't do nothing about your future. I mean, but he makes great sense that we know it. We already know it. So being that we know it, what are we doing to move forward? We're doing absolutely nothing.
That's not true.
Listen. We're doing absolutely nothing to move forward. We're having incremental gains, yes, in politics, in business, in sports. We're having these incremental gains. We are. But we could be so much more powerful, being that we are the first people that were put here on this planet. Being that we are the original people who everybody is scared of, whose DNA is so powerful that you cannot destroy us. So being that we know all these things, they have really won by institutionalizing us. They have won by making sure that we hate each other, that we fight against each other every day. You know, now Jamar have a show, and Jamar on his show, he had these positive young men. But I keep telling Jamal, it ain't just about those young men. It is great to highlight them, to show, to be examples for other young men and other young women so they can understand what needs to be done. But we have to tell every day that we're not doing enough. Those that is a great, that's why I say, tell it on your show. Jamal tells it on his show. You see what I'm saying? But we got to also understand that we have an obligation also every single day, and we're not doing what needs to be done. Some people are. We are on this platform, and we're trying to bring out the truth. We're trying to give that information to our community. So you can't fault us. We're doing all we can do at this point besides pooling our money. That's what's next for us. All right.
Dr. RGB?
Well, I think, Julia said something, the word institutionalized stood out. And I have direct family experience with this. Institutionalization is a serious thing, whether it be through the prison system, whether it be through the church system. Systems institutionalize people, and people adapt to those systems whether they want to or not. We live, and we all know this, we live in a system called America where nothing was designed for us. It was designed for us to be, it wasn't designed for us at all. We are to be cogs in a machine. And when the machine doesn't have a cog that works, it just breaks down. And so what we have done is broken down America by using our brains. And so we got to deinstitutionalize and reconstruct the way we work, operate, and maneuver in a system that already is enrolled. We've broken it, and that's a good thing. We just got to reconstruct it in a way that makes sense for us.
Okay, yeah, I agree. One of the things I did, and I hope every Black person on this planet will watch, not just watch it over and over and over again, and take notes and spread it to all of your friends. And that is Hidden Colors. Now, there are many other documentaries since that one that teach us about our history before the slave trade. When my daughter, who's now 23, but when she was in high school and kids would want to come over and whatnot, yeah, you can come over, you can come in and get a popsicle, but you're going to sit here and watch Hidden Colors too. You're going to learn about who you were, who you are, who Mansa Musa is. You're going to learn about the religion of white supremacy. You're going to learn about, of course, Egypt, Kush, Kemet, all of that kind of stuff. You're going to learn about the organized religions. You're going to learn about who the pharaohs were. You're going to learn about who you are. You're going to learn about SEMEN and the power of it and why it's public enemy number one. You're going to learn about all those things. And some of those children, thank goodness, Miss Lori, can I borrow a copy? Miss Lori, I told my mom about it. Can I make a copy? Raz on Score Bigger Dating. I offered it to him. I'm still waiting to get it back because I want to make copies so that everybody that I come in contact with watches Hidden Colors. If you have, and forgive me for this, Tariq, if you have a Fire Stick, pull that sucker out, go under cinema, and you'll find it. Hidden Colors, not Hidden Figures. That's about the Black women with the mathematic workings in NASA. Hidden Colors by Tariq Nasheed. I promise you, it'll change your life. I promise you.
Mr. Brown, I apologize for Cozy. All rise. Charlie Brown's in the room, please.
You too can. We had Miss Rufus said he know his Black history, and he was raised by a Black woman, Frances Bright Johnson. And don't y'all forget that on September the 23rd at the Progressive, you have his
amazing
for his mom, interchange being built for his mom. Don't y'all forget that. Don't y'all forget that. It's coming up pretty soon. You only have about 3 weeks or so, a little over 3 weeks left before you go and participate in this event. So go get your tickets. Call Councilman Bright over at Worth City Council and get your tickets to be at that event. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, Mr. Brown, we're glad you joined us, although you're 1 hour and 15 minutes late.
Listen.
Kamala Harris. Charlie Brown was the one.
I was too busy clapping for Kamala Harris and all day working for the great lady. So you have to forgive me. And I had my late night Bible study. My problem is that, hello, boys. Ain't up but one lady tonight. Good to see you, young lady. How are you? So, what's the topic, fellas?
Well, we done went through a bunch of topics. Here's what I'm going to tell little Charlie when I see him later on this week. Next topic, I'm going to make sure little Charlie is around so he can hear this next topic, okay?
Right. Simply because mom didn't give you all that you needed, don't hate your mother or hate your father. They are victims of a world that deprived both of us and both of them of knowledge. You young people, no matter what condition your mom is in, that's mom. God orders you to love her. God orders you to honor her. God orders you and me to respect her. And if you're patient with life, you'll grow to see that mama loved you. And she did the best she knew, but she needed so much herself that she neglected you and in some sense rejected you because she was an unfulfilled woman and she was trying to find somebody to love her. Finally, she put her love into her children, and she did it in a twisted way. She didn't mean any harm. She's imperfect, but she did her best. Your father may never have been there, young man. He may never have been there, sister, for you. But thank God for your father, for without that seed, you could not be where you are and who you are. So if your parents have made mistakes, you've grown now. You're growing now. You got to take responsibility for your life. Mama's days of mothering you is nearly over. So what are you going to do now? Are you going to wallow in self-pity, or are you going to stand up and make a determination, then connect with God? For he makes right or wrong things right. He takes the rough places and he makes them plain. He takes the crooked thing and he makes them straight. So the burden is now on you to reconnect. Reconnect to God first, and then go find your mom and embrace her and say, thank you, Mom. Thank you for all that you did. And what you didn't do, God is sufficient now.
Yeah, man, that's good, Joe. That's good. Young people should have that, because I think they get the wrong impression. You know, the mom and dad can't take care of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm impressed with tonight, too? 2 weeks in a row, Cozy had tape on her mouth, or she had something going on. She must be did real well tonight, because she have nothing on her mouth.
You need to go and listen to the first tonight. You need to go and listen to the first part of the show when she said what she was doing. She's not going to act like a certain person.
Yeah. She said she wouldn't act like Charlie Brown. I'm telling
you. She said that? You must be didn't take no medicine today. Oh, then that's why you wide open. Then I got you.
I played this video because we got to honor our parents.
Yeah.
My mom did some things when I was growing up that, we even, if you read my book, you see where we ran away from her, left New Jersey and left her up there. And we ran away and came back to Savannah to our grandma. But there was no time that I stopped loving my mom, because I knew that my mom was the reason that I'm here. No matter what she did in this world, she was the reason for my existence. And the father is the reason that I am who I am because of his seed. No matter what influence he had over my life, his DNA is in me. You know, and so that's what and our kids need to understand that. I was just messing with you about little Charlie, but our kids.
Oh no, but you got a point about little Charlie too. Because sometimes
little Charlie, Gabrielle, all of them. Yeah,
Yeah, he does, and you overhear several conversations. Charlie be on another planet, going left, right, and la 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 la. I don't want to hear that. I said, boy, I've helped brought you into the world. I'll take you out too.
Yeah.
Not take him out, actually unalive him.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
I'm gonna take him out and put him out. That car I co-signed for.
Yeah, you be a mess. Ain't nobody need to know all that.
Yes. No, I have to say, because I was show. Oh, Cozy, you don't have to. I'm saying you need to know when I say unalive, because they are really funny about that on these on that stuff. You say the wrong word, taking people out.
Yeah.
So
these algorithms are real sensitive.
Ma'am?
I said these algorithms are very sensitive. You have to be careful. It'll pick up wrong words, and
that's correct.
It'll ding you.
Yeah, make sure y'all show your kids that video, so
and that's why I use unalive, because you can use that word. It's acceptable.
Okay. And I was wondering why people were doing that. I learned something. Okay.
Yeah, that's why if you use the other word, they'll take you. You can't do that.
Well, we got we'll be right back. That was the Watch Dogs. Y'all make sure y'all watch it every Saturday.
That's number one.
Podcast. Where's the rest of the individuals? Where's Sandra, Bernard, Sean? Sean been missing for the last 4 months. What's going on?
We got a bunch of people that are going through some things, and even Tiffany, she's a commissioner up in Athens.
Correct.
And, people have things that they're doing. I guess they get burned out. When you don't understand the mission, you probably can't win the battle.
Point, Julius, you can roll folks.
You got diehard soldiers that understand that you got to get across the finish line.
And we got Robert, we got Cozy. Cozy is famous. She was on the Razzle Dazzle show and all.
Wow.
Cozy, we got to give you a new name, like Air. You everywhere. You on every show.
She don't be talking them radical views though. She be talking sexy things.
That's Cozy. All night long.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Robert, what'd you say? Moving on.
This is for Cozy too.
Black people, we fucking up the program. It's too much separatism. You know what the Hispanics do? 20 of them will be in one house. The black neighborhoods, while we fighting over who block that is, the Hispanics came in on the west side. They started with 20 of them in one house. Then they buy the house next door. Now it's 10 and 10. Then they buy the house next door. Now it's 5 and 3. And they buy it. And then we look up. They got the whole block now. We like, what the fuck going on? Because we don't want to work together. We so busy trying to be a boss on our own, and don't nobody want to do nothing to help nobody. This is us. I told myself the other day, it just popped in my head. I said, I'm going to tell my kids they can stay with me as long as they want to. I'm not about to get to the
18.
And it's time to go now. You can live with me the rest of your life as long as we are putting a plan together for this family to be successful. We all going to live together. Grandma too, come on.
I love that, Julius. I love that. But in that house, it got to be respect.
Yeah.
Because you that showed something was important about honor mother and father. They can live. We can all live together, but you just can't talk and do any and everything you want to. Respect the house and grow together, because you can grow.
You're still the parent.
But I like the material and the research you do, Julius. You bring a lot to light, and Robert realized that, and he does. I can see his head is a lot bigger since he's been joining us. Because when I first met him, he had a very small head, and look how large that head is now.
I can't do that with you.
Well, we talk about this every day. We'd already talked about it a little bit earlier about us being unified, and there is no unity in our community. We have a lot of people talking positive things, but they're not doing anything collectively. Everybody's operating in silos, and you're doing your thing. You're not doing anything together. And you got the bougie ones. All they care about is helping each other long enough so that they can succeed. All they care about is their success. So you have those ones, those elitists, those classist people who are doing what they need to do so they can get ahead. They aren't caring about everybody beneath them or on the side of them or behind them. All they care about is themselves. And that's a problem we have in our community, where we need to worry about how we can make it better. No, I don't want all my kids in the house because they don't understand, especially in this culture now. When I come in on Sunday from doing something, I might want to watch football at 1 o'clock. I don't need you watching VH1, a BET, some rap program. I want you out of my way so I can watch TV. So it's like you said, Charlie, it's about respect.
Yeah.
If you understand my boundaries, you stay out of them. I went recently, a couple of months back, I went and moved there's six TVs in my house. I went and took every TV out that wasn't Roku because I didn't want nobody telling me that they had to watch a program in my den when it's time for me to put it. I pay the bills here.
Right.
So I need to make sure that I'm comfortable. So I don't care who it is. When it's time for me to go watch on that particular television, then you need to get out of my way. Go to your room and watch on the Roku I put in your room.
Correct.
I don't need nobody in my way. So I understand.
And Julie, I did cut across, forgive me, but I want to say what's important. You walk in, you pay the bills, and they got the big TV set, and you end up looking at the small one because they looking at as the love turn to the end of the world, and you looking at that, and you saying, I was here first. No, you know the deal. I walk in the door. I'm the head of the house. The big TV, you got 6. Go to one of the smaller ones because you're going to watch it on the large one.
Correct.
And you understand that, that's respect. That's not dominant. That is respect.
And then sometimes in our community, they conditioned us and institutionalized us to programmed us to understand that 2 black men can't get along in the same house. When you have alpha males, those alphas can't get along.
Who can't exist at the same time.
One, they're bumping heads all the time, and they have us programmed like that. And these younger kids don't understand that. Let me get out of Pop's way.
Right.
Let me get out of his way. Do you want to watch this here? Do I need to do this? It's about respect, and I can understand it. You ain't paying no bills. You're not paying no bills in this house. So I need you to understand that every time that I come, you need to move out the way. I'm the big
It's a lot that goes in that too, and I'll use my personal experience. And Charlie knew my dad. Daddy was a person who could do pretty much anything. He could fix his own car. He could work. He built his damn house. He went to work as a postman. But long story short, a lot of people now will ask me, why didn't you do X, Y, and Z? Why didn't you have this fixing the house when he was alive? Why? Because I had a level of respect for him. Now, we didn't get along pretty much. The only thing, Mr. Brown, we really got along about was when it came to mama care. Because if you crossed him with mama, if you cross mama, you got a problem. And if he and I thought alike, you in some trouble. So it's a balance there. I do agree with the respect thing because when he was alive, there were very like my agreement with him was this: if it got to do with the house or whatever, you in charge. But if it threatens your safety or health or her safety or health, I'm going to override you. outside of that, it's got to be a boundary and a balance, because even though he pissed me off 100% of the time, there was a level I knew not to cross, because like the video said, you have to have the Bible, whatever you believe, you got to respect it.
Honor.
He taught me, Cozy, you wanna take a stab at it?
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll yield.
Okay, what's interesting, when he said, I knew his father, I do know his father. His father was my Boy Scout master when I was a young boy in the 5th and 6th grade, going to the 7th. And his mother, just a coincidence, was my 4th grade teacher when I was in school. And so I knew his mom and his dad. And then what's funny, I found out through him, his mother named Odessa. I said, I wish I was in the 4th grade. I know her name was Odessa. I'd have probably got put out of school. I'd have said, hey, Odessa. No, I would have said Mrs. Bright. But that, it's a small world, how I had those two people to influence my life. I loved his mother because she was a great teacher. And I'm not saying it for Robert, because it was the truth. She really helped me because I struggled through some things at that time. And his father taught me discipline. Man, his father jumped on me. So, Robert, you got it going on, brother. And how's your mother? She doing good?
She's actually doing amazing.
Good. She is 90. Cozy, she's 93 now, I think, or 94.
94.
His mother.
Respect.
Yeah.
Much respect. Beautiful.
Okay.
Good point, Julia. Thanks for showing that. That's good stuff.
That was for Cozy.
Why? Because my daughter's moving out this weekend?
Your daughter moving out?
Robert has a room open.
No, then I rent that. No, I don't. Let me stop, because I don't know who's watching.
Hey, Echo, let me forget to say this. We said the 2 alpha males, but they claim 2 women can't share a house either. So
we got 2 good subjects that we need to talk to. So I'm gonna play these 2 videos together. One of them is, giving women too much, and the other one is how to be a humble woman, a humble woman.
I'm go to the ladies' room on that one.
No, you need to watch these because we need your opinion. I'm surprised.
Expert to your opinion.
And so, then we need to get on to our last subject after we discuss these 2 things, and that is where does the buck stop in Savannah? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So here we go with these 2 videos. I'm play them back to back, y'all.
When you give someone something for free the first time, it creates appreciation. When you give someone something for free the second time, it creates anticipation. When you give someone something for free the third time, it creates expectation. 4th time, it creates entitlement. The 5th time, it creates dependency. And you don't give it to them by the 6th time, it creates hatred and resentment. And internally, they feel depressed and have anxiety. So let me tell you, ladies, something. Guess where all women are? Because women get attention for free from men. So women are in the entitlement field. That's why all women think that they're 8, 9s, and 10s, because they have this self-entitlement because is in your DMs giving you a bunch of attention.
Don't miss.
That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
And that was awesome. He was dead on point. Y'all need to get that video and hear those 6 seconds. And let me get to the next video.
Telling a woman to be accountable and telling her to be submissive is worse than cussing her out. You can call her all types of names, but if you tell her to be accountable and you tell her to be submissive to a man, she gonna flip the table. Women would rather justify, point the finger, blame their mama from when they was little, blame their daddy for not being there. They'd rather point the finger everywhere else before they just say, I'm sorry. A lot of these women are so arrogant. They're so full of arrogance and ego. They think they know everything. They have to know everything. Y'all be trying to get Buck in a situation that Buck energy not going to help nothing. That's not what's going to pivot change. What pivots change is humility, but a lot of women don't even know how to spell it. They don't even know what humility means. They're like, be humble. What is that? I never heard of that before. Stop Stop trying to be combative. Stop trying to be argumentative. Stop trying to be more of a man to a man. Accountability for women is like the worst thing on earth, next to telling them to be submissive.
Wow.
You want my response?
Go ahead.
I concur.
Well, I thought you being the soldier that you are, that you will be submissive to the man, and that you understand that the man is the king, and you just supposed to be the queen, and that the king rules the household, and that's the way it's supposed to be. My wife came out this morning. We was changing my daughter attire. Me and Mr. Barbie, we changing my daughter attire, but we weren't changing it. My wife thought that we should change the tire. I thought that we should put air in the tire since I got an air pump. Let her drive there to the place and pay to get it changed. It only had a slow leak in it. So when we came out this morning, it was flat. So my wife came out trying to tell me, the man, that I should be changing the tire. And I'm looking at her like, you don't get the hell up out of here. I'm the man here. I know what the hell to do. I'm gonna put air in this tire. She gonna get out the bed and she gonna go take it to where it needs to go at to get it fixed. I don't need to get under no car. I've already got to go do some work this morning, some labor I had to go do. What I need to change the tire? The hell, the motherfucker might fall on my hand. Fall on my hand. I don't need to do that. I'm 62 years old. I mean, I might look 36. I just look 36, but I don't need the woman telling me what to do when it's a man thing. I don't tell her how much butter to put in the damn cake. I don't tell her how much water to put in rice. So
y'all don't get Mr. Brown put on the couch tonight.
Mowing the lawn or emptying the trash, or don't come telling me nothing about no car.
Okay. Accountability, submissive, pointing the finger, a hard time saying I'm sorry, arrogant, and we need to pivot to humility. I agree on all fronts. I agree now at 58 years old, having had not destroyed, but ruined marriages, friendships, all of those things because I didn't take these things right here seriously.
Really?
So I preach to my young women from high school on up. Please try your very, very best not to usurp your authority over a man. If he's bumping his gums and saying the most ridiculous things, just keep quiet and leave that to him. And everybody
outman the man.
For listening. Well,
Trying to outman the man.
Yeah, ladies, don't do that.
I like cozy.
I've ruined enough relationships for all of us, ladies. Please you don't want to grow up and be like me.
Cozy, let me ask you this.
And please don't do that. Respect the man. If you can't respect him, get away from him. I'm sorry. Go ahead, doctor.
No. I think it's just respecting people in general because I'll be honest, in my 20s, if you were to cross me, y'all ain't seen nothing. But y'all ain't seen. Now, baby, by the time I got through with you'd be a Georgia Regional fool playing me the way my mouth set up. The older you get and where I am now, life has taught me there's a way to do things and there's a way that you don't hurt people. That's the number one thing with me now. I try my best not to hurt people with words because it's not worth it. And so I think it's a respect thing, but I do think it is a play your role thing too. I don't believe in gender norms. I just don't. But I do believe like if you cross me now, I'll kind of think twice. Well, I'm like you, whereas before I'd be like, wait, I'm who the fuck, all that. So I think it's a lot of stuff that goes up in that. Y'all trying to unpack.
I think, Rob, good point. I think, and I hear you, Cozy, and I think it's Gloria Steinem. When she started a lot, the black women got on board with that, and they took it to another level. And I think, in my opinion,
I said, which we always do. Go ahead.
Well, she was a paid informant, so we have to take that.
And black women wasn't built to do it that way. And what they have done, they have come to be black men's competition.
Yes.
Instead of becoming a spouse. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah. We didn't have those problems back then with our men.
No.
They did. But they use us just like they use us today with BLM and putting us in the face of that, right? With the LGBT, putting that as the face of it. They always use us as the scapegoat or the spokesperson or the mouthpiece. Kamala, Obama, no matter what it is, they put us in front to take the hit. And yeah, women's lib, all that. Suffrage.
Yeah, and I think that have been a major part of the problem.
The breakdown.
And they took it to the extreme, and they not having a good relationship with black men. They trying to tell them how they should do things.
I wish Bernard were here because, and I think you all would agree, that all of those things were done by design. Welfare.
You mentioned Bernard, but you mentioned Bernard. Did you talk bad about me prior to the show coming on? I'm going to have to go back and look at that show. Why would you talk bad about me, Cole?
Why are you just not registering this? What's going on here?
No, I was thinking about it the whole while when he said, I got to see the first part of the show.
That took a while. I'm concerned. Joe, are you having a Joe Biden moment?
Well,
but again,
answer the question so we can move on.
All by design. Nobody would deny that. It's all by design for me, a black woman, to not respect our black man. We respect the government. As there was a song years ago, fellas, my baby daddy. That's the government.
That's my baby daddy. Yeah, but answer Mr. Brown's question. So answer Mr. Brown's question so we can move on.
What's the question? I wasn't listening. What was the question?
He asked you whether you was talking bad about him before he came to the show.
Never. If I don't have anything about him,
so if he go back and he watched the show, if he go back and he watched the first half, he won't hear you saying nothing.
No. You know what I said, Charlie Brown? I said, oh, I'm going to put my mute button on because I don't want to be like Mr. Brown.
Bam! He said it.
You were talking about me. That's okay.
Bam!
No.
Several Mr. Browns on it off.
Reference to you, and I
got you.
Julius is just starting shit.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You know I'm just the one to bring it too, but I'm not.
I was surprised you did not have tape on your mouth or anything when I came tonight. That's what surprised me.
I'm telling you, this show has blessed me because I'm learning, even when I'm talking to my male friends on the phone, I'm learning to hit the mute button so that I don't overtalk them. I watched the broadcast shortly before I got in the thing, and she's just overtalking. I'm like, no, stop doing that. Let the man speak.
We all do it. Shit.
Yeah, go back and watch the show like Mr. Brown do. Then you'll realize who talked the most. Mr. Brown says me, but I told him I'm the moderator. I got to tell y'all, I got the flow going.
Julie,
if you continue to drop people off the show, look like it'll be back to just the two of us when we started 5 years ago.
Hey,
it was just the two of us.
We've been doing it 5 years. What you say, Robert?
Strom Thurmond did a filibuster.
We used to go, and Robert
Brown ain't got nothing on Strom Thurmond when he did that 24-hour filibuster.
Whoa, you better tell Robert when it was us. We did it live downtown MLK.
Well, we live now, but we were real.
Well, we did live with a live audience. We had
we had a live audience. The two of us in place with a live audience. You're right.
We need to go back to that.
First started.
Yeah, we had some pretty interesting guests. We had Curtis Cooper.
And then we didn't go. When did we go virtual? We didn't go virtual until COVID.
Really?
People could have called. People could have called in right then, and we answer certain questions. Or the audience used to, and the people eating in the restaurant. We was part of the reason he had 15, 20 people in there eating because they came to watch the show live
on Wednesday night. And I remember you having the chairman on, and he was wetting you up. Anyway,
talking about Chester.
Hey, Cozy, this is for you too.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Huh.
That's if we agree that certain individuals are black and not cosplaying. Is short for costume. Not cosplaying is black.
Well, the thing is, then they're gonna ask us, how do we get to pick and choose? If they have any degree of doing right in their blood, then we need to be for them. Because if we're not, the person over there is not going to be for us at all. So I'd rather have somebody who is 90% for me than somebody who's 100% against me. So I mean, I understand.
Prove that. You can't prove that.
Well, I mean, I can prove it by how they treat me. You know,
look at how Kamala treated black people. Are you going to do something?
Kamala was a prosecutor. Listen. You ever been to prison? Hold on. You ever been to prison?
I've never been arrested besides in the bedroom. No.
Oh, what?
Excuse me.
That's a razzle dazzle. That's razzle dazzle
a little bit.
Okay. Well, take it from.
Time out. I bet that went over my head, Julius.
You
kept saying you were the prisoner, lock up in the bedroom.
Mr. Brown.
We gotta get back on subject.
I've never been arrested besides in the bedroom. But go ahead, Mr.
We gotta get back on subject. Let's get this straight. I did 21 and a half years in federal prison.
Okay.
Y'all crying about some motherfuckers that needed to be in prison. What's wrong with y'all? Listen, hold on, I'm talking now.
We're not going to use that language.
Y'all crying about some motherfuckers.
We're not going to use that language.
Mute him, Robert.
I was locked up with most of these guys. They needed to be there.
I'm not getting fired for y'all.
What's wrong with y'all? They needed to be there. Some of them didn't need to ever get out. What's wrong with y'all?
What? Okay, Cozy.
It is somebody that was system impacted. I was system impacted. You've never been system impacted. I was with these guys. Some of them need to be in there.
What's Cozy's argument? I missed it too, Mr. Brown. What's your argument, Cozy?
In fact, what we're arguing, the state that we're making is, the point that we're making is, we're not just talking about who she locked up and why she locked them up. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about is she subjugated some parents, held them responsible for their children's absences.
Our ass need to be held responsible.
No.
Anyway,
hold on.
You got something to say. This is what I think. Starting on the first Monday of the month. We ain't got time for you to go into it today because I'm telling you, I'm system impacted. You weren't. Some of them motherfuckers need to be in there. Some of them still need to be in there. A bunch of them they let out, got killed, or either came back.
Call me later, Robert.
No, this is what I would say. I need black folk to stop talking about. We are going to support Kamala Harris, whether you like it or not, because she black, and I said it here first.
No more.
Hold on, I ain't done. You got a problem with it? Go check your blackness because I'm gonna take your black card. Why? Because how many presidents have we had before we even got here? But y'all went and voted for them. Y'all ain't questioned them, did you?
We got
man. Don't start questioning the black woman now. The woman, we always got so much to say when we're not in a situation. But when you understand the context, which we don't, I want black folk to stop tearing this woman down when you have never teared down a white politician a day in your life. When you want to be equal about it, then come with it. Y'all got this bullshit going on where y'all want to put a black person that looks just like you to a different standard. We got to stop doing that.
Not only that, if the guy that's fixing the hamburger in McDonald's, you gonna get on him because he put meat in your goddamn hamburger. That's his goddamn job. His job is to put meat in the hit meat between the buns. That's his job. Her job was to be a prosecutor. What you wanted to do? Let all them little black thugs out?
Oh,
you wanted to let all of them out so they could kill somebody else? You thought that the people locked them up for all the wrong reasons?
Yeah. I think they really are giving her a bad rap, and I'm hearing that. She was attorney general. Her job was to put them away. And she also rewritten the California penal laws. She did rewritten it. So So a lot of blacks who was locked up couldn't get out because she saw the misjustice when she took over.
Watch
so
this.
Give her credit.
Because they needed help with
Listen
fire.
now, watch this. Hold on. No. Let me kill
Give her
right
credit
here.
now.
What they were supposed to
Hold on.
The hell will come
Listen, we
out.
want to hold Kamala accountable. When you gonna hold American government accountable for putting crack cocaine in our communities called Compton? When you gonna hold white America accountable for destroying our communities? Talking about we got affordable housing and our people get. When you gonna hold America accountable?
That's why I say. That's why. Whoa.
America accountable.
That's what I said, Robin. She went in there and rewritten the penal code because she thought it was wrong.
And Joe
Biden don't get it. Who dumb? That's what I'm talking about.
Robin, she know it was wrong. She rewritten the whole penal code.
Mr. Brown, hold talk for a minute. Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not debating you on that. What I'm saying is, black folk get tied up in the minutia of stuff.
Yeah,
I know.
Think about the grand scheme of things. The reason why we are I ain't done. The reason why we are where we are with Kamala is because Kamala's doing her job. It ain't Kamala's fault that folk locked up. It's America's fault because we got these laws on the book that have demonized and made black people look bad for years. But y'all don't want to talk about that.
As smart as you are, Robert, I cannot believe that you still believe that the government is designed for your succce.
I never
and
said
you still
that.
believe
I said
in
if
it.
you're going to blame Kamala, if you're going to blame her as a black woman, then start questioning America while we're here.
I'm not blaming Kamala. When people say, "Oh, the system is broken," it's not broken. It's designed this way on purpose, and every day they perfect it more and more and more. It's not broken.
Well, listen, y'all listen. Just listen up for a minute. I think you're not hearing what I'm saying. When she took over as Attorney General, she decided to look at the laws on the book and turn them over, and she got in a lot of heat about it. And a lot of people, she said they shouldn't be in jail. I'm taking sides with you, Robin, and you're saying, I'm saying she rewritten the laws in California.
Well, I'm not. What I'm saying is I agree with you. However,
she did.
Go ahead.
She just didn't put people away. She said a lot of individuals should not be in jail. They should be getting an education. Right. If y'all listen and stop running your mouth, try to give you 2 areas. Kamala Harris getting a bad rap, putting them away. She also helped rewritten the law to put a lot of them out.
Agree. Now, what I'm adding to that is
to fight fires.
What I am adding to that is this. I get that. That's small in the grand scheme of things. She would not have had to rewrite anything if America had done right by black people.
I agree 100%.
Right. So what I'm saying to the viewers is,
I agree.
Well, hold on, Mr. Brown. I got the floor. I'm speaking, Vice President. We got to stop as black folk tearing down other black folk when black folk doing their job in a system that's already been broken and they got to maneuver.
Okay. Jew, I'll let you talk. Let me just get this in, Jew. Let me get this in. I'm saying if you're going to talk about she putting them away, talk about her rewriting the laws too. Right. That's what I was trying to
y'all are saying the same thing. Y'all on the same side. But I'm Robert. I'm gonna have to a little bit disagree with you because we finna tear we finna tear one up. So y'all look at this video. We're gonna go over a little bit today, and this is our last subject. And where does the buck stop? The buck stops at the mayor's desk. And you know, and like I said,
we're gonna agree.
Don't go jumping on me for talking about this here. He's the news and he's the gift that won't keep giving, that won't stop giving. He talks double speak out his mouth, and y'all keep electing this man and putting him in office, and he's never had a job other than what the government paid.
Oh my God!
Every job he ever had was the taxpayers paid him. So let's look at this. He don't want the buck to stop at his desk when murders are being let loose. He want to blame it on somebody else. But you take all the rewards and everything at the police department. You all interfering every day over at the police department. So the buck stops at your desk, Mr. Mayor.
Words brewing in Savannah. This after Chatham County District Attorney Shalina Cook-Jones dismissed 6 murder cases. All the cases dismissed were either investigated by former Savannah police officers Ashley Wood or Daryl Repress. Both are facing perjury charges. The DA says following their indictments, her office reviewed around 50 cases the officers touched. The DA's office described the dismissed cases as being tampered with, noting it's unlikely they'll be able to be reopened. Mayor Van Johnson criticizing the decision today during his weekly news conference.
I was surprised about it. I learned about it during the press conference. This was made by the district attorney. Our police department was not given the opportunity to ask questions. They were not given the opportunity to discuss what the factual points were in these cases. You know, we have to have collaboration, and that didn't happen here. I'm disappointed because we have reached out to try to do that.
The district attorney's office responding to Mayor Van Johnson's comments today, saying in a statement in part, quote, during a meeting in my office, Chief Gunther, his top officers, and the city's public information officer were fully briefed on the matter. On July 25th, 2024 at 11 a.m., we convened again with police officials to further discuss the pending dismissals. After the comprehensive review of the evidence, the SPD command staff not only was aware, but also concurred that it was the appropriate course of action.
I guarantee you they were fully briefed on that shit.
No question. She wouldn't have did it without letting them know that she was going to do it. So what that tells you, I'm going to tell you when you know Van Johnson is lying. The first thing out of his mouth is what, Charlie? Whenever he say that shit first, he lying. I'm serious. I've been watching this dude forever. You know, he fit the lie. He's trying to figure out the best way. What lie will they believe?
He took that sip
to pull out of my pocket tonight.
He took that sip to give him a moment to really get that lie out.
Yeah,
because I hope she got proof that she had the contact with them and she hadn't given it yet. But I hope she took recordings or got it written down, because she said she communicate with them in no way. If you keep in mind, if those people falsify reports and stuff, she, like Johnny Cochran say, if don't fit, it must equip. That's what happened.
She got the evidence. The evidence is what she said. She said that she met with them. They were brief, and she met with them again the day, and they concurred with what she was about to do.
Well, let me ask you this.
I believe that.
Hold on. Why is the mayor involved in something when he doesn't have a law degree? And 2, he doesn't work for the county.
Because he thinks he's a police officer.
Hold on, y'all.
Let Robert talk.
Hold on, Mr. Brown. Number 2, why not let the chief of police speak on it?
Yeah. Because he's always interfering. He wants to be the one. He don't want nobody in front of the camera but him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had a debate with somebody today talking about he's going to get an appointment from Kamala Harris's office. I told him, y'all crazy ass man, what is he qualified to do besides lie? They said the same thing, that he was going to get an appointment by the Biden office. And I told all y'all he wasn't. Y'all seen Biden call him up yet? Kamala Harris got too many goddamn friends from law school and everywhere else that she got to give jobs to before she give somebody here that don't know what the hell they're doing besides.
You already know his plans. If y'all don't, I don't want to overstep my bounds tonight. I probably would say it to you on the phone. I've heard rumors. I've heard rumors, and I'll probably give you a call and share it. But his plans are not that. He have plans right here in this region, and that's what I'm gonna leave it like that.
I hope it ain't for Congress, because I will work my ass off.
No, he's running for county commission chair when this.
Well, I will promise to work for his opposition for free.
Well, we'll see.
No, I'm telling you that.
Jose, let me ask you a question. Are your texts broke on my end because I text you and you hadn't texted me back?
You'll never return that. Hey, Charlie.
You want to talk about this now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I blocked you.
Huh?
Oh, she blocked you.
You blocked me?
Yeah.
Why you blocked me?
Because I don't appreciate how you spoke to me last week.
Oh, excuse me?
We can talk about this
we
afterwards.
was talking to each other. We could curse to each other.
She said y'all can talk about it after the show.
We'll talk about it.
Is that Robert talking bad about a black man?
I ain't talking bad about him. This is
not me.
Let me put out the air real quick about.
I love my black man.
Hold on. Let me put out the.
Never talk bad about my black man.
I don't dislike him as a person, but when it comes to policy and being ethical in office, I have a major disagreement, serious disagreement. When our black neighborhoods are in danger and you've done nothing for them from what I can see for 12 years, and then you get in that seat and then you come down here, this is why we were cozy. You got Democrat versus Democrat when you care nothing about the citizens of Savannah, in my opinion, but everything about yourself, and you Trumpish. Why should I support you in your policy? When you knew damn well when I was on that ballot as the only Democrat, the Democratic nominee for Public Service Commission, and Joyce Griggs was the Democratic nominee for Congress, and you said nothing but did not even endorse people from your own county, we good. But just remember, and I've always said this to him, it's going to come a day when you're going to realize that your nasty ways are going to catch up with you.
Yeah. And
now when days come.
He wants the buck to always stop at his desk when it's good. But when it's bad, then he didn't even know that the chief and his top staff had met with the DA. So he's sitting there telling a damn lie. Listen to it. Let's look to the first part again.
He playing it again.
Words brewing in Savannah. This after Chatham County District Attorney Shalina Cook-Jones dismissed 6 murder cases. All the cases dismissed were either investigated by former Savannah police officers Ashley Wood or Daryl Repress. Both are facing perjury charges. The DA says following their indictments, her office reviewed around 50 cases the officers touched. The DA's office described the dismissed cases as being tampered with, noting it's unlikely they'll be able to be reopened. Mayor Van Johnson criticizing the decision today during his weekly news conference.
I was surprised about it. I learned about it during the press conference. This was made by the district attorney. Our police department was not given the opportunity to ask questions. They were not given the opportunity to discuss what the factual points were in these cases. You know, we have to have collaboration.
Well, listen, first of all, why is one detective the reason that the whole case fall apart? Every case should be worked by one or more detectives. Everybody, in case this detective get killed in the line of duty or something, hell, somebody got to take his place. What happens to the case if he dies? You know what I'm saying? So somebody else need to be brought. So the buck stops back at his damn desk again because they're improperly trained. The process is not being followed. You know, so if you're not trained properly, then it still falls back at the mayor's desk. Why aren't people in the streets marching saying resign? They're in front of City Hall telling him to resign. Because these dummies here, and that's what I call you because we don't even talk to you fools here. These dummies here worship somebody that shouldn't be worshipped. They worship this man better than they worship God. I heard Tammy on Facebook cussing somebody out for talking about Van. Like Van is God, but she won't even defend God. But she won't defend Van like he's God. You know, people are just crazy. This man has a cult, and he has a couple of crazy ass people in the cult, and I don't care about them.
You know what it is? This is how it works.
About me all their life. I don't care about them talking about me. They can talk about me all they want. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? That's just who I am. I don't care. Talk about me. Who the hell cares? Ain't nobody listening to me any damn way.
I don't think he never had it in for her in the first place. He never got along with her.
Correct.
She's not a lapdog. That's why.
Excuse me?
She's not a lapdog. She's a strong black woman.
Yeah, I'm saying it run deeper. I'm saying it run deeper, and he wanted to try to nail her, and he been trying, I guess, he was trying to do that for a while, and then give him.
Basically, what he's doing, Mr. Brown, is trying to endorse her opponent without stepping out the Democratic boundaries, because that's just who he is.
That's true too, because
it's the same thing. Watch this, Mr. Brown. It's the same thing. This is another reason I'm hot with Stacey Abrams and the Keeman Do Nothing Williams in Atlanta, and we need to change the DPG chair. Why would you come down here and campaign against other Democrats, you idiots? See, that's the kind of stuff they do. But then that's why I agree with Coles on some of the stuff. They have they want you to go. See, the Kim and them and Stacey, and that's why I would never vote for Stacey. I want her to run for something, so I don't vote for her. I would never vote for folk like that again. I'm going to tell you why. We don't worship the ground you step on. When you want to come down and be common and understand the people, then you come talk to me. But all that stuff they do behind the scenes and try to hurt people, that's not of the people. So to your point, instead of going down and being a real man and talking to Shalina, what he does, he gets up there and uses his PR and as he's done with Keisha Gibson Carter, and get scared of strong black woman, cower it down, and try to look big, but you don't.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Stop being scared of strong black women.
My concern is I don't get emotionally invested. My concern is an indirect endorsement. An indirect endorsement for the other candidate.
That's what it is. And it's sad, because guess what? If I go and do that, right, let me go and do it, then they probably try to get me part of the Democratic Party of Chatham County. But never mind that there's one person who has, by the way, and I want people to understand this, the number one Democratic person official in the city of Savannah and Chatham County is Adolph Whiteley, because he's the chair. It needs to be said out loud, because people don't understand.
You said Adolph Whitehead?
Adolph Whiteley is the chairman of the Chatham County Democratic Party. He is the number one. He speaks for Democrats.
You're talking about the chairman.
He should have been greeting Kamala, not the mayor. Let's just be real, because that's been
he did a bunch of interviews today. Every station in the country was calling him today, so he did a bunch of interviews today. I was in his office. I was in his office today. They were calling Fox, ABC, NBC. They were all calling him while I was there today. But anyway, and you're right. He is the number one guy, but he's the one I was telling that Van won't get an appointment. He thinks that Van will get an appointment, but I don't think Van will be. He don't even dress well enough to be appointed to any job.
Roy Mentor got that screwed up. Ooh, sorry.
But he looked chopped from here up. But
y'all gonna stop the food. Right?
But anyway, the buck does stop at his desk. And what we have to realize is that if you're going to take all the great, take all the bad too. And where people see people in Savannah, we just don't have that advocacy behind us. We don't have that spirit of making things happen. We are complacent. We are content. We do things and don't give a damn about other people. You see what I'm saying? But on this platform, we will care. On this platform, we will do what we're supposed to do. We can't go out and advocate for people who don't want the change. We try to do all we can to make it happen. And
what's happening to everyone?
I don't know. I think we lost a signal or something. But anyway, we over our time and we got to go. And Mr. Brown, any parting words before we get out of here?
Oh, no. I thought I missed part of the show. Evidently, it was electricity. It was a fact show about the information. And again, our show is about to try to inform people. Again, we try not to endorse, but in this case, we have to go with the Democrat, Claire Zabel, Kamala.
And we have to do what's best for our community, no matter what it is. If it was somebody who we thought was better, it don't matter whether they're Democrat or Republican. Like I said, I like Brian Kemp. I do.
Yeah, certainly. But he having a big fundraiser for Donald Trump in Atlanta. That's still,
I like Brian Kemp. If he's running against somebody, I might vote for Frank.
What I say.
He ain't gonna do what's wrong for Trump. He might, try to be.
He having a big fundraiser for him this weekend.
Well, he's a damn fool because Trump's still talking about him bad.
No, he is. He having a big.
I heard you. I didn't hear you, right? So anyway, we'll be out of here and we'll talk with you all tomorrow. Watch all our shows. You got shows tomorrow. Robert, you coming live from the DNC tomorrow?
We're working on that right now. So
Robert will probably be live.
Where's she going to be at? The Trade Center?
No, in Mark Arena.
In Mark.
Y'all better don't be cutting the food in Carver Village and Culver there tomorrow. Y'all better have
Robert will be
I'm not coming. I can't stand.
So we'll know whether we'll be with the sports show or not, but we'll see what's happening. Okay? All right. Talk with y'all on the other end.
Like that.